And we're back to cringe shit wrestlers that will never, ever get over. Here's Carmela. Carmela, there's been on and off. Some people think that she's talented, some people think that she should. I feel like she's boring. She's supposed to have some type of hood rat, little New York, hard knock, New Yorker fashionista gimmick, but sucks at it because she's not that attractive, she's not that charismatic, and she's not that interesting. Another reason why she sucks, she dated Big Cass. From all the guys that could be interesting in the wrestling business, you know, whenever an outside person thinks about a pro wrestler, even though they feel like it's some fake shit, they can usually picture that a wrestler is supposed to look like an over the top giant alpha male, big hoss that can lift you. No, he's fish tits, big, fake 7 foot dickhead that doesn't have any charisma. And that's what Carmela feels is an interesting person. Now, I'll give it this much of a break because seeing Will Morrissey, oh fuck, that sounds like a shitty hockey player, is now on Impact. He can do whatever he wants. He's in the best shape I've ever seen him in his career. Look like a giant hoss, even though he looks like Edge with buggy eyes. Other than that, he looks like Jeremy. He looks like Jerry Lynn with gigantism. That's what he looks like. I'm done with the jokes. Other than that, ugh, just terrible. Another reason why she sucks. She's a homewrecker. Let's keep it a buck. Messing over with a man with that is a married man, no less. That was already a shitty offense, especially for a guy like Corey Graves. Corey Graves was already like one of the safer guys people were talking about on commentary. You know, isn't that bearably annoying? Doesn't have an annoying voice. Sounds pretty passionate about WWE. Intelligent. Now he's a cheating asshole, and we can blame that over to Carmella. She has a horse face. No, she doesn't have a horse face. She has a llama face. Decent figure. Good shape that you can put in a magazine. You need to carry over her face that she probably had a bit of plastic surgery upon that make it looks like it's slumped over to be in a Picasso painting. Not that good of an appearance. Like over most of the attractive women that we have, and I'm not saying that you have to be like gorgeous. You don't have to look like you're gonna be in Playboy. You gotta look like something that's gonna be in a picture whenever you feel like, oh, these are the women from this is the women of WWE. Nobody wants Bailey. They want women that look like Tony Storm. They want women that look like Bianca Belair. They want women that look like I'm proud to show this and make sure that people want to see it. That's the kind of thing that you want to show. You show Jay Leno or goddamn Llama Face or Sid from Ice Age or Nikki Ash. You could see why certain women are not getting as valued in pro wrestling than most men, even if the men are lower carders. She sucks in the ring. I've seen some of her matches. She has the minuscule fundamentals to even transition into a match. Like the bare minimum of getting you invested emotionally. Like literally, everybody feels like, oh, she has to just have to work rate or she botches. If her matches feel like I can't feel emotionally invested, because just this, she does her little head scissors crap submission, does a couple headlocks, looks like she's being athletic. Then she does her super kick that always requires the rope or an obvious kick to the thigh with the other leg. You know what you're about to get with Carmella. There's no character shift with Carmella. There's nothing transitional. There's nothing organic about Carmella. Literally, like I don't say this in a mean way, but whenever we just see all these chicks and it's like it's the greatest thing to be a wrestling fan. So how come all these people just look so interchangeable in the company now? Literally, you could survive a decade without somebody bringing up Carmella. Like when I remind you that Layla had a contract. Crystal had a contract. Like from all the women that we bashed, especially in the Divas 2010s generation, when they thought we could watch bathroom break 3-minute matches, I'd rather watch that because at least Kelly was appealing to the eyes. Like, dude, I'm not watching a 15-minute boring match. She's not even that big of a pop when she came over cashing in her women's Money in the Bank. By the way, she sucked at being Money in the Bank. She couldn't even get a general pop when you're in a big concert. It's technically not her fault because they weren't generally bringing draws to a concert. And you'd think with a major thing like being at a concert where it's holding a bigger capacity than your own arena, that you're hosting your live primetime show on a big network like Fox, you suspect that you'd bring somebody like John Cena or Truth, probably Edge, The New Day, certain more popular acts than just a women's title match that nobody wanted to ask for, and the Street Profits. I'm just saying, just awful. Not a draw. Also, yeah, she's just not a draw. Also, never had a memorable feud, other than the James Ellsworth storyline. I don't give a shit. I'm being honest. Tell me a feud. Not from last year. Like literally a feud involving Carmela, not involving James Ellsworth. Like there's no consensual reason to have her over on the roster. Still, either than she's in a relationship with a guy that's probably going to be a mainstay for nearly a decade, like Corey Graves, because you have more of a chance being a tenured when you're an ass-kissing journalist than a pro wrestler, unless you're in a relationship with them and you have some leeway in the company. Carmella does not seem to have that all the time, other than she's with Corey Graves. And that's technically the reason. She just sucks. I've already seen women like Thunder Rosa that's bilingual, attractive, marketable, can wrestle, just has the stuff that's needed. I think she just needs a bit more over her character, other than just a cool Latina with face paint that I feel can actually get the fans more invested in Thunder Rosa, because I feel like there's profit there, especially where WWE is struggling to get Latin people over in the wrestling market, other than the Mysterios at this point. And just knowing you drop the ball on some women like that, for women that are obviously getting negative reactions in house shows, drawing low counts on pay-per-views, and it just can't have investing feuds that are good enough to main event shows. These are the examples that are showing why WWE is pissing down the toilet when it comes to relevance. You just don't push women like this on major primetime show. Like, I don't want to account to being a sexist, and I understand I'm going to be accused like that, so I already know what I'm up for. But this is why we're just and it's not like we don't want y'all to succeed, but this is the reasons why you're not going to get as much success as you want. It's just a general fact. I'm not trying to talk shit. But that's all I can say in this video. Carmela just, I would say that she needs an acting class, get a facelift or something, or get some real character, because I just feel like at this point, like, if you've seen a Carmela match, you've seen it all, and if you've seen Carmela, you don't want to see any more. And that's it coming from me. Thanks for watching.
Why, Triple H? You son of a bitch! Why? Tell me why!